Dino ball,
Dino Ball,
Dino ball,
Dino Ball,
Dino ball.
Dino Ball. Ladies and gents, welcome to episode 25 of Dino Ball. It's a big one. Big 2-5, right, Zach?
Big 2-5. Let's go.
Yeah. Look at that enthusiasm. All right. We got some good topics for you guys today. Little summarization so you can skip to see what topics you want. We have Paul George, the newest 76er. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the outlook for the new 76ers team. DeMar DeRozan is the newest Sacramento King. Same thing with that. We're just going to talk about him, his decision, the new look Kings, what their odds are. Kawhi Leonard just left Team USA. Why? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the whole roster shape out. Then we'll go into a little bit some baseball. We're going to talk about MLB All-Star Weekend. We're going to talk about the All-Star team, the All-Star game, the home run derby. That'll be fun. We did have a hockey segment for you guys, but we're going to save that for next week until we can get our expert analyst on the case for that. But before we start, Zach, you want to say anything to the crowd? Thank them for our their continued support and our growth in the channels lately.
Yeah, no, really appreciate it. We're reaching higher strides with each video that goes by. We're almost at the century mark in on both accounts, TikTok and YouTube.
This is true.
So make sure that if you guys stumble across our videos, you subscribe and follow on both accounts. But yeah, no, we're making our way and we're getting bigger by each day. So yeah,
Hmm.
let's just hop into it.
Yeah, let's go right into it. The first topic. The Philadelphia 76ers signed Paul George to a max contract. Contract is 4 years, $212 million. The Sixers were saving a ton of cap space to potentially go out and sign a big fish to add to an already pretty solid team of Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and company. And they got their guy. They got Paul George. They struck out on a couple people. It was originally rumored that Paul George was likely going to probably go back to the Clippers. We talked about this a while ago. I think I said he was going to go back to the Clippers. I just thought, he wanted to be home. But given the whole contract scenario that took place with the Clippers, he just ended up being a Sixer. And obviously, it was the most obvious spot considering that they had that max slot for him and they still had money to go and attract free agents. And some of those people, Andre Drummond, they brought him back from a couple years ago. Kelly Oubre is back. They got Caleb Martin from Miami. Honestly, very underrated, very solid signing for them. They brought Eric Gordon back. I say back. I don't think he's been a Sixer, but he's like best friends with Daryl Morey. I feel like he only knows how to sign like four or five different people. They're in rumors to acquire Dorian Finney-Smith from the Nets. Give me the Clippers pick, and we're talking. They could bring back Kyle Lowry. The Sixers honestly have had probably one of, if not the best off seasons in the NBA. I don't know if you agree with that, Zach, but I think that this can make the Sixers pretty good contenders in the league, and especially the East. It's wide open this year. I don't know, Pat. What do you think?
Well, look, they did what they needed to do. They got rid of the cancer that was Tobias Harris. That
Oh
he's
yeah.
completely
Hmm.
gone, which
Yeah, that's good.
that's a great move on their part. I mean, he's played no factor for quite a bit of time now for the Sixers team.
Mhm.
They brought back Kelly Oubre, which was a big get along with obviously the star in Paul George, but Oubre was a big pickup. And then I do agree with you. I mean, they've had a great offseason so far. They've got a lot of role players that they're going to utilize, and they got their guy. They got Paul George. But I don't know how good this team is going to be um in this upcoming season because Paul George has had it all. I mean, he did just have it all in on the Clippers. I mean, he had Kawhi, he had James Harden, so he had three stars and a bunch of role players surrounding him, and
But they're
that
always
obviously
hurt,
didn't work
though.
out.
They're always hurt.
Okay, that's a fair argument, but I'm just saying they are all talented. I guess you really didn't have Kawhi in the playoffs, so now the more I talk through it, the more I realize maybe it wasn't as much of a fairy tale team than I thought it was, but he maybe this will work out. Maybe this is exactly what Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey need to take that to go over the hump and to
Mhm.
actually be contenders. Um, they've made it to the playoffs. They've hit mediocrity for the past couple years.
Yeah.
Um, and hopefully Paul George can help them go overboard, can help them reach the finals, get a finals, at least a finals appearance, if not win the championship in the next coming years. I mean, they got him for 4 years, 212 max contract. So I mean, overall, it's a really good signing for the
Yeah.
Sixers. I think they did a really good job there.
Yeah. Where do you think this lines the Sixers up in the Eastern Conference? Because I personally think they're now the second best team in the East. I know I'm going to get some hate. I know some people want to throw the Knicks at number two, but I think the Sixers are the second best team in the East now.
Yeah,
I
I was gonna say maybe at least like top three team in the East. So maybe
hmm
like it could vary. I mean, maybe third or second, but they're strong. They're really strong. I don't know what else they're gonna do this offseason. You mentioned Dorian Finney-Smith, which is he's a great defender, great another role piece to
Hey,
add to the
fit
roster.
perfectly. Yeah.
Kyle Lowry, he's been there, he's been done that before. He's gotten to the mountaintop. Um, and he's won the championship. So he's got experience. He's a very good veteran guard. So
hmm
I mean, who knows? Who knows? I think they could be a top at least a top three team in the
hmm
East with
Yeah.
the roster they got.
Yeah. I think right now it's the Celtics, obviously. And then I'll put the Sixers right underneath them. And then underneath them, screw it. I'll give it to the Knicks. I mean, they added McCall, but they were the second seed. So they did lose Hartenstein. They might lose some other people. I mean, who knows, man? But that's probably what my East is shaping up to be. But in my eyes, I still think the Celtics are just going to take it. I don't think people realize how good the Celtics actually are. And hopefully, all the way at the bottom is number 15, the Brooklyn Nets. That's what I'm hoping for. That's my ideal Eastern Conference shape out. But unless you got anything else to say on Paul George, I mean,
I Nothing much else. I mean, just let's see how he does as a Sixer. He's got a 4 year contract now, so I
yeah.
mean. He's got 4 years to prove himself, and then if nothing comes of these 4 years, then I don't know what's next for Paul George. I don't know if
Retire
he's
ringless. Retire
probably,
ringless.
probably, and I know he's been chasing this championship for quite a bit of time now. He tried to do it with the Clippers. Clippers didn't really work out for many reasons. And he tried to do it with OKC. OKC never really panned out, although he even when he was in his prime in OKC. Didn't pan out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Paul George. Hopefully he has a good 4 years as a Sixer. Hopefully they
hmm
make it to at least one championship and hopefully win one. But
hmm
it's all gonna depend on how the season goes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll move on to the next one.
Yep, go ahead.
So it's free agency, a lot of weird signings. I did not honestly think I would see Paul George in a Sixers uniform, but this one's even weirder. DeMar DeRozan is a Sacramento King. Who would have thunking that? I mean, like you tell me like a couple months ago DeMar would be on the Kings, I would think like that's awesome, but that's weird at the same time. I mean, the Bulls have just shown that they have one of, if not the worst front office in the league. I mean, they traded premium defender Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey. Who knows what Josh Giddey does off the court? I mean, we know, but I won't really go into that. You didn't even get a pick for him, and now you just traded your best guy, DeMar, which, it had to be done. I think you do need to kind of rebuild and retool, but you should have traded him at the deadline because this was the full shape out of this sign and trade. Kings received DeMar DeRozan, Bulls received Chris Duarte, 2 second round picks in cash, and the Spurs received Harrison Barnes from the Kings just to make the salary work out. And Harrison Barnes is going to be honestly solid for the Spurs, but we're not here to talk about that side. I'm here to kind of talk about DeMar, and you can also give your 2 cents chirp in when you want. But I, okay, this is interesting because I like it because no one ever goes to the Kings, right? Like, I feel like when you think of free agent destinations, I feel like the Kings are just never like at the top of those like choices. I think it's cool that, he had offers or he was in talks with the Lakers and the Heat, and he chose to play with De'Aaron Fox. He chose to play with Domantas Sabonis. They didn't make the playoffs last year, but I think they will make the playoffs this year as what's it called? as OP as the West is, I still think they'll find a way. And, surrounded just by those three, you still have Kevin Herter. They might trade him for a better player because of his contract. You still have Malik Monk, who should have won six man of the year. That's a debate. Him and Nas Reed were going at it. And you also have Keegan Murray. You have Ellis off the bench. They just drafted Carter. I know he's getting surgery, but it shouldn't really impact his play for the future. So the Kings are in an interesting spot. In terms of Western Conference ranking, I would probably give them to like the bottom half of it, like in the playoffs, like 1 through 8. I mean, I would give them playing team or bottom half of the playoffs. That's what I would say because they're not better than like the Nuggets, Thunder, Timberwolves. Maybe the Suns bounce back this offseason or this current season. Who knows? I mean, I don't know what you think, Zach. I just think it's really cool because the Kings don't really make splashes like this.
Look, we knew something like this was going to happen with the Bulls. I
Yeah.
mean, it was just a matter of time, and it also begs the question of when, not if, when Levine's going to get moved, because we know that's coming too. The
Hmm.
Bulls are in full rebuild mode, as
Yeah.
they should be. They tried it. They did what they needed to do. It didn't work out. So now they're here. They're at the rebuild stage, just as your team is.
And
They're
I'm
both at the
I'm
rebuild
excited
stage.
for it, but I think the Nets did a better job than the Bulls
Oh, a
with
ton better. I was
rebuilding.
just about to say you guys did a better job with the
So
with
much
the
better.
rebuild stage. The Bulls have not. DeMar DeRozan as a king, it's just a wild time we live in, honestly. It's going to be a fun trio. I think with this amount of star power around him, especially with Sabonis being able to facilitate the ball uh
Yeah.
really well, will play into DeMar's game. I mean, the Kings have been good. They fell off a little bit last year, like you said, didn't make the playoffs. But the year before that, they looked phenomenal in the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah, Mike Brown won Coach of the Year. They surprised a lot of people.
surprised a lot of people. So I think they're on a good trend. I think they're on the up right now. I think getting DeMar, adding that third star to the trio, to the pieces that they already have, was a great move on their part. They are bottom half though with that stacked West. So I do agree with you there.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean the Kings did a great job. Honestly, shocked me. I was away and I looked at my phone and I saw DeMar was a king, and I was like, oh my God. Like they actually made a great move, because you probably didn't expect DeMar to go to the Kings. I don't think anybody had that on
No,
their
no,
bingo
no.
card.
Mm-mm.
So, honestly, great move for them. They did what they needed to do. They got that third star, and hopefully they can make a deeper push in the playoffs this year.
Yeah. I mean, I truly hope for like a fan perspective, just watching like on the outside, I really hope the Kings can make some noise because Fox purposely did not sign an extension with the Kings because he wanted to see what moves they make. And maybe with this move, you have DeMar for the next 3 years. Maybe that incentivizes Fox to stay in Sacramento. Because I hate it when stars just ask out of the teams that they drafted them. They gotta more stars just gotta start building dynasties with their teams like the old NBA. Now everyone wants out. They want to just go chase the championships. Hopefully
Yep.
Fox can stay. Um, but it's fun. It's fun. That was my reaction. I tweeted, I'm like, this is fun, but I don't know how great they'll actually be. Bottom half, we'll see. It's about that. DeMar's
Could
a
be
king,
even
baby.
better. Could be even better. We could be
They
all
could.
eating our words by the time the season comes around, comes and goes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Bulls were like one of the best teams in the league when everyone was healthy. Even Lonzo, like you had Lonzo, DeRozan, Levine, Vucevic. They were one of the best teams in the league when everyone was healthy. And now you put him against or with healthy people, one of the best playmakers in the league, Domantas Sabonis, which is really funny saying that considering he's a center. And then you put him with an actual competent point guard that doesn't get hurt, De'Aaron Fox. I mean, like that could be fun. And you got Malik Monk off the bench, and you got young guys. They have some draft capital, not a ton, but they have some. So good
Also,
future. Good future.
Keegan Murray's is starting to become quite a bit of a star as the years go on.
No, yeah, he's been so good.
really blossoming, and as the years go by, he's just getting better and better. So that could be another factor to add to their team.
Keegan Murray
Um,
breakout, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, all great things from Sacramento, but I think I'm going to lead us into our next topic, which is Team USA and Kawhi Leonard. He's gone. He left, and a lot of people are wondering why. They just released, honestly, why he left, and that is because the Clippers are want him to focus on the upcoming season. They want him to be healthy. I can't say I blame the Clippers because he really hasn't been healthy in years. Um, but to pull him so soon and so quickly as they were just starting to get into things, it seemed a bit odd. It was kind of abrupt. I think I think he wanted to be a part of it, but I don't know. I don't know why they would just pull him out so abruptly
Mhm.
and and just say that he needs to prepare for the next season.
Yeah. I
So if you
mean,
want to add, yeah, go ahead.
I think it might have in some part to do with Paul George. I think if Paul George did stay on the Clippers, I think that the urgency to pull Kawhi out wouldn't have been there as much. But I think there might be just some anger within the Clippers like front office, letting Paul George walk, and now you have Kawhi Leonard who could honestly like just damage his body even more damage than it already is. He's just walking glass, and there's always something. And I don't think he'll ever be fully healthy for the rest of his career. Um, but like, what was I gonna say though? Kawhi's just hard to read. Like you said that he looked like he wanted to be there. I'm not disagreeing with you. I genuinely can't get a read on the guy. I know he's very
That's his
quiet, very
personality.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
just
he's
how he
very,
is.
very
Mhm.
quiet, very to himself. But I don't know if he truly wanted to be there. I mean, he accepted the invite. He wanted to be there originally, but does he truly care that he got pulled out? Who knows, man? Who knows? Like,
How good is
yeah,
it even going to do for him, though? Because, like you said, he's made of glass. We all know that. We all know Kawhi's made of glass.
I mean,
Even if you take him out and you want him to focus on the upcoming season, he's going to get hurt eventually.
probably, yeah,
He's going to get hurt eventually.
yeah,
So, I mean, regardless of what you do as the Clippers front office or whoever decides to pull him out, I mean, he's going to get hurt eventually. That's the whole
hmm
thing. He's just going to get hurt eventually. I don't think anything's going to be able to stop that. It's just inevitable.
yeah. It's just still probably just a precautionary thing on their part. I do agree. I don't know how much it'll help them. It's not even a it's not even a fudge in hell, man. I can't say the word deficit. There you go. It's not even a
Huh.
deficit really for Team USA because you still have LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum. You still have this incredibly stacked team. So losing Kawhi Leonard, it's really nothing. But it's who they replaced him with, right? We didn't even get into that. I mean,
Yeah.
he they replaced him with Derek White. And no disrespect to Derek White, 'cause he's a great NBA player, but he's slowly and slowly becoming a little overrated in my eyes because like out of all the players in the NBA, you choose Derek White. And I don't think it really matters who this person was because like I said, Team USA stacked enough already. But you could have went down Jaylen Brown. You could have went down that road. You could have went down honestly, Jalen, what the hell's his name? I see, I don't even know his name. It's so irrelevant. You could have went down to Jaylen Brown. I said him already. Jalen Brunson. See, I'm forgetting him. That's how irrelevant he is in my eyes. You can just go down to
Oh
Jalen
man,
Brunson.
you did not just do that.
I did just do that.
You're gonna get a lot of haters for that one.
Bro,
You're gonna get
I
a
don't
lot of
care.
haters.
Look, for the people at home watching, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, okay? Jalen Brunson, great player, okay, but I don't like him simply because I don't like how he plays basketball. I think he foul baits a lot, takes every shot for the Knicks, and I'm a Nets fan. Simple as that. So I'm just putting it out there. That's the truth. I'll tell you the honest truth. But this isn't about Jalen Brunson. This is about Kawhi Leonard and or Derek White.
Yeah. You know what, personally, with the whole Derek White situation, yes, they could have gone down Jaylen Brown and they could have picked him up, but I honestly would have loved to see them give that spot to Cooper Flag. He did a great job in the scrimmage game that they had, um, and he showed a lot of promise. So I think it would have been a fun thing to do to just give it to the young kid. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, he's that kid's got a lot of talent, a lot of promise in the future. You know, you're looking forward to getting him on the Nets potentially.
Absolutely.
Um, but yeah, he's a demon. I think
Yeah.
he should have made the team
I
instead
actually,
of
yeah.
instead of Derek White.
I actually like that because a lot of people were asking for Caitlin Clark to make the women's team, and obviously we know she didn't make it. And one of the big arguments was, she's young, she's up and coming, let her get this experience to play with some of the best in the world. And honestly, that argument can apply to Cooper Flag. I don't know if you watched the footage of Cooper Flag in practice where they had the scrimmage. The select team lost by like 1 point, by the way. They lost by 1 point.
They
And a
did.
big reason for that was Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag was phenomenal. I, of course, watched like the majority of it because I wanted to see Cooper's minutes because if he's going to be a future Brooklyn Net, I need to know what I'm getting into when I watch him. And he's just like phenomenal. He had like a hezzy move against Drew Holiday. He had a step back. He shot a three over Anthony Davis, drained it in his face. He had a putback. He's just like ferocious on all ends. And there was one play where Anthony Davis blocked him, but he stayed in the play. He didn't let it like frazzle him. And then Podzminski from the Warriors just little dished it off to Cooper Flag and he laid it back up, all in the same play. So it's just phenomenal of how great of a talent he is. And I don't want to toot my own horn and hope that he goes to the Nets, but a lot of people say it's hard to predict a boom or bust in the NBA. But the fact that he's already doing this against NBA talent, not even
I
just
was just gonna
players, the
mention that.
the
I was just
best
gonna
in the
mention
in the
that.
entire world, the fact that he's doing what he's doing now, I think that he's going to be a phenomenal NBA player.
Yeah, because it's
So
not it's not like he's playing against G League players. It's not
no,
it's not
yeah,
like that. It's not like any scrub that they picked up from wherever pro league. You know what I mean? These are the best of the best. These are the
yeah.
best players in the NBA. A lot of talent on that roster, and he held his own. And he did better than what people expected. Some people only expect rookies to score maybe one or two times
Hmm.
against, especially against the best of the best,
No,
let
yeah.
alone a few NBA players. So he definitely did a great job. Um, I can't wait to see him in the NBA when that time comes. Um, but yeah,
Hmm.
Kawhi out, Derek White in, few snubs. It's just again, it's crazy to even think about. Um, but without further ado, let's just change scenes and jump straight into All-Star Weekend. So All-Star Weekend is now underway. It's coming up. We're all prepared for it. We're all ready for it. Um, but there's a few things to talk about when it comes to the main teams.
Yes.
And I, you know, I hate to bring up the Mets cards when we talk about this, but one of the main guys that got heavily snubbed was Francisco Lindor.
Okay.
And I have been seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter or X, sorry. Seeing a lot of
No,
stuff.
call it Twitter. Screw X, stupid name.
Okay. Well, I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter.
Hmm.
Um and Lindor deserves it. I mean, he's been great defensively all year round. That's what he does normally, but he started off terrible. Like god awful.
When
It
is he
took him
not though?
it took listen, it took him a little bit to get into his own and to get to the Lindor we all know and love. Um and his numbers, oh my God. Since moving to the leadoff spot, he's been terrific. He's been terrific. I think some of his numbers he's been over 300 in the leadoff spot, which is phenomenal, but his overall batting average on the year got all the way bumped up to 250. He's at 250 right now. Why are you doing that?
I mean, if we're gawking over batting average, Anthony Volpe's like 20 points higher, but
I'm not just saying batting average, it's a lot of other stats.
no, I understand that. Also, you said the shortstop we all know and love. I do not love Francisco Lindor.
That's you. That's you because you like the Yankees and all Yankee fans are haters on anything. that the Mets do.
No, you're just another baseball team to us.
Sure,
We're your
sure.
World Series.
No, we could rock with that. We could go with that,
That's the
and that's
truth.
just how it'll be.
That's the
That's
honest
just how it'll
truth.
be.
That's the honest
No,
truth.
it's not the honest truth.
That is the honest truth.
The honest truth is that Francisco Lindor should have made the All-Star.
Yeah,
Never did.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I think it's funny that he didn't make it because he hasn't been an all-star as a Met yet. Kind of funny.
Yep. 16 home runs though. 16 home runs, 43 RBI. If he got off to a hotter start, those numbers would be even better than they were. They are now. So I really think he deserved it over a bunch of people.
Mhm.
And I really believe that he should have been in the All-Star game. He might have should have deserved it more than Pete. Pete's been putting up mediocrity numbers, mid
I
numbers.
want to talk about that. I want to talk about that.
Go ahead.
You talk about all-star snub. Mom, I was trying to pull up stats, but I'll do it in a second. You talk about all-star snub. Let me introduce you to Christian Walker. This man, his stats, you put him side by side with Pete Alonso, he just beats Pete in like everything. I don't know off the top of my head, maybe with the exception of like one stat, one of the important stats, he deserved it. How he did not make the All-Star team is bonkers. I don't know. Pete Alonso, I mean, like, I think Pete Alonso kind of has a little bit of like reputation safety in the terms of like where I think these like really good players, and I'm gonna give this to Marcus Simeon too, because I don't think Marcus Simeon should have made the team at all. He's not having a really great year at all either. Um, I like to call this like reputation safety, where we know that they're good players, but they're not having the best year that they can be having for their standards, and they still make the All-Star team just because of their name. And I think that's what happened with Marcus Simeon and Pete Alonso. Because I just truly don't understand how you look at those stats and you look at the same position, first base, Christian Walker, Pete Alonso, and you give it to Pete Alonso over Christian Walker. And that's not hate for like the Mets. I'm just like genuinely saying Christian Walker is better in every category. And it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Marcus Simeon, too, like I said, I don't know who should replace him. Like I can't say that off the top of my head, but he's not having an all-star year in my eyes. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think differently too, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that Pete Alonso's having a fabulous year.
Because he's not.
Because he's not. He's having a mid season.
Well,
It's
that's
all right.
generous.
That's generous.
Yeah,
How is that generous?
because he's not having a mid-season.
What do you think he's having? An awful season?
You ever see Moneyball where they're like, there's the rich teams, there's the bad teams, there's 50 feet of crap, and there's us. Pete Alonso's us.
That's terrible. Oh God, that's way awful of a take. I don't know. He's not that bad. He hasn't been that bad this year. He hasn't had a really terrific year according to Pete Alonso's standards, but he has not been that bad. He's
I'm looking at
done
his
his
stats.
job. And you know what? The whole thing with him being potentially traded is probably going to go out the window pretty soon because as long as the Mets are a game or two games out of the wild card, no matter how much that he should be traded, he is going to be a New York Met for the rest of the year. And that's just how it's going to be. What could you possibly be pulling up?
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
looking up his baseball savant page. I'm just looking at his baseball savant page. It's not great, like at all by any means. Oh my
Mid, that's what
gosh.
it is. It's not
It
terrible. It's not 50 feet of
not
crap and
even
then there's
mid.
us. It's mid. He's been mid. He's been
Look,
all right this year.
the fact that this is Pete Alonso's baseball savant page, I genuinely like if I didn't know this was Pete Alonso, I'd think I'm looking at like Anthony Rizzo. Like truthfully.
Oh, stop it. Get the hell out of here, dude.
Dude, like it's not great. I'm looking at it.
To even put Anthony Rizzo's name with Pete Alonso is
Dude,
blasphemous.
I'm looking at
That's terrible.
his 2023 baseball savant page last year. It's not even great. Like it's okay. because his expected bat oh no, his expected bat actually sucks. His expected slugging, his expected WOBA is high. His barrel percentage is like, high. He has a hard no, he didn't even have a hard hit rate last year. This year, just not great. The only thing that's good about his season this year is his bat speed. That's it. His bat speed's like through the roof, so good for him. But then you look at Christian Walker's baseball savant page. Phenomenal. Just straight beauty. If okay, viewers at home, I want you right now to go on Baseball Savant. Look at Pete Alonso this year, 2024. Look at 2024 Pete Alonso, and then look at 2024 Christian Walker, and you tell me who deserves to be the All-Star. Truthfully. And also, Christian Walker is legitimately like a 94 times better fielder.
Hmm.
I think I did that wrong.
Yeah, I don't know
I
about
think I did
that
the
one.
math wrong. No, but he's a better fielder.
I don't
Baseball.
know.
Are you gonna tell Baseball Savant they're wrong about the fielding
No,
metrics?
no, no, no. I'm not gonna say that, but I'm saying fielding wise, I don't know.
No,
I don't
Christian
know.
Walker.
I don't know. I don't know how. I haven't seen Christian Walker really play first base
Does
too
Christian
too
Walker not
much.
have like gold gloves? Yeah, dude, he's a two-time Gold Glove Award winner. What are we doing here?
Okay, if that's what it says, that's what it says. That's what it says.
You're
That's
telling me
what it
Pete
says.
Alonso's a better fielder than Christian Walker?
If that's what it says, that's what it
Christian
says.
Walker's one of the best like defensive players in the entire game. Literally won the
You
Gold
need
Glove 2 years in a
whoa.
row.
That's what it says. That's what it says, man.
You don't think so?
No, I
You're
think
gonna
he's fine.
you're gonna tell me
I
Pete
think he's
Alonso's a
fine.
better fielder than Christian Walker?
I'm not saying that. That's your
Yes,
word.
you are.
That's what you're saying right now.
That's what you're alluding to. You don't want to believe it
I'm not. I'm not. This is what you're saying right now. You're
because that's
putting
the
words in my
truth.
mouth. I said if that's what it says, that's what it says.
No, you don't believe it. I know you. You don't believe it. If you believed it, you'd say it, but you're not.
I didn't say I believed or didn't believe. I'm just saying if that's what it says, that's what it says. I'm
Who's a
sure
better
he is.
fielder? Who's
I'm
a better
sure he is.
fielder?
I don't watch. I didn't watch. I haven't watched the Diamondbacks. I don't watch the
I
Diamondbacks.
don't watch the Diamondbacks either. Who's a better fielder?
You had to look it up to know that he won two gold gloves.
No, I said doesn't he have gold gloves? Then I looked it up. So I knew he had gold gloves.
But you had to look it up to confirm.
To confirm, I'm not a Diamondbacks
So
fan.
neither am I. So that's what I'm saying. If
So I'm asking you, who's a
that's what
better
it says,
fielder?
that's what it says.
Who's a better
Christian
fielder?
Walker.
You don't believe that though.
I believe it.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
I don't think you do.
I believe it.
I'm just Oh, just go on Baseball Savant and just look at their fielding stats as well through the roof. I mean, he's
Fantastic.
batting 263 this year to Pete Alonso's 240. Pete
Not
has
far
18
off.
home runs. Shut up. Pete Alonso has 18 home runs and
Hmm.
Christian Walker has 22. Walker
Not
has
far off.
93 hits. Pete has 84. Pete has 50 runs. Walker has 58 runs. Walker has a higher on base and slugging. Yeah, he has a higher on base and slugging percentage. Is there another statistic here? I can't see the other statistic. That's all straight from Baseball Savant. I don't know about the OPS or the OPS plus, all those, the WAR, but I would imagine Christian Walker has a higher all of them than Pete Alonso.
Okay. If again, if that's what you believe,
Okay, no, just all right.
no, no, it was a good pick. Christian Walker definitely is better than Pete Alonso this season. It's a good pick.
This
Uh,
season.
yeah, this
Okay.
season.
Sure.
You gonna fight me on that one too?
No, I didn't say anything. You're putting words into my mouth.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say anything.
We'll
You
move
you
past it.
said okay.
We'll move past it. So, with the theme being All-Star Weekend,
Yeah.
I think we should talk about the home run derby. Think
Wait,
it-
we didn't even talk about who we think's gonna win the All-Star
Oh,
game. Real
excuse
quick.
me.
Yeah, come
Excuse
on.
me. I'm obviously going NL.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that though.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
fantastic. Yeah.
Next topic.
Next topic. Home run derby. Um, a lot of rules got changed around, muffled around. The first round and second round, I believe there's a minimum of or a maximum of 40 pitches to each batter. And for the first round specifically, it is pretty much whoever scores the most amount of or hits the most amount of home runs, top four move on to the semifinals, and the best two move to the finals. But in the finals, the batters are really going to get tested. It's going to be 27 pitches as the max amount of pitches that each batters could have the potential to see. So that's kind of odd. I really, really don't like that the more we go on, the more the rules change. I was just starting to get used to the time limit and earning bonus time, and now we got this big rule change again. I really wish they would just go back to the standard 10 outs. Hit as many home runs as you can until you get 10 outs. I like that format. It was a classic format. I don't think they should have ever really walked away from that.
Interesting.
Um, but in terms of the Derby and who's in it, there's some questionable names on this list of eight players. We got Teoscar Hernandez, Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt, Jose Ramirez, Alec Bohm, of course, Pete Alonso, Marcelo Zuna, Adolis Garcia, and that is our eight.
Why'd you say
But
of course?
because of course,
Why?
two-time home run derby champ. Of course he's gonna be in it.
That's all he's good at, just hitting fastballs down the middle.
Okay. Well, two-time home run derby champ. Gotta defend the title.
So we're flexing home run championships
I'm
now.
not flexing anything. I'm just stating the obvious. We all know
Two-time home
this.
run. Okay, cool.
We all know this.
I
So
don't
I want
understand.
besides you pissing your pants over
No,
me
just a
saying
genuine
that, of
question.
course, about Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
Um, who do you think is going to win this home run derby?
Well, I mean, I think it's a fair game amongst everyone. I think that there is like, you know, that meme, there's a polar bear in Arlington, Texas. This
Sort
just
of.
fits perfectly. Just fits perfectly. There's a polar bear here in Arlington, Texas. It's Pete Alonso. Okay. He's the polar bear, aka he's the odd man out. So he has no shot of winning this home run derby.
I'm sorry,
My
what?
yeah, you've never seen that meme? There's a polar bear in Arlington, Texas.
Well, I don't care about the meme. What are you saying? He has got no shot of winning this derby. He's probably one of the best picks on this list
I think Christian
to
Walker would have been a
win.
better pick. Christian Walker would have been a better
My
pick.
God, get Christian Walker's name out of your mouth, dude. You're really glazing Christian Walker.
I'm just saying he was wrongfully snubbed from the All-Star game.
And we're past that. We're past that. Lindor was
Wait,
snubbed too. You don't see me keep mentioning it.
well, I don't have a shortstop to replace him with, so or for him to replace. I don't know. There you go.
But who do you want to win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win this home run
Who
derby?
do I want to win? I'm not rooting for anyone in particular. My honest to God gut is telling me to go Adolis Garcia. And I just think that I know he's not having the greatest year. In fact, I'm actually going to look up his stats right now just so I'm like familiar with it.
They're not terrific. They're
Excuse
not.
me,
They're
what was
not
that?
terrific. His stats aren't good.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm looking at yeah, they're not the great. They're not the greatest. I'll look at Baseball Savant. It's not Adolis Garcia standard, at least from what we saw last year when he was absolutely phenomenal. And we made a we made a video. Is Adolis Garcia on steroids? Do you remember that?
Yep, that was a
Odd,
great video.
Oddly enough, is one of our best videos for some reason. Yeah, Baseball Savant, not his Baseball Savant page is not the greatest either. But I just have this feeling that the home crowd and Texas is kind of a weird park in terms of dimensions. So I think that he's going to be used to it. And I just think that, we've seen what's his face? We've seen Harper win in front of DC. Um, but that was the year after he left. So that kind of sucks.
Well, I'm gonna go with number three. I'm gonna go with number three. I think Pete's winning. I think Pete's winning. Big pop, big bat, big meat Pete. He's going to win the
Big
2024.
Meat Pete.
Big
We're
Meat Pete.
we're gonna actually call him Big Meat Pete.
100%.
There's a polar bear in Arlington, Texas, and it's Pete Alonso.
You gotta stop. This
This
is
is no, because
this
like it's
is
straight up the perfect meme possible.
he has a very high chance of winning the Derby. I think uh three of the
I
best
think everyone
contenders
here.
be through no, not everyone. Not
Yeah.
at all. Not even the slightest everyone. You think Alec Boehm's winning the home run derby?
I don't think he's winning, but I think he has a chance. Everyone has a chance. Anything
Everyone
can
has a
happen.
chance. Everyone had a chance the previous years. You think Alec Boehm is gonna be in the next round, in the second round of the derby? I mean, he's not even gonna make it past the first round.
I
Him?
guarantee you. Oh, that's right. They changed the rules. I was gonna say. I guarantee you, if at any point Alec Bohm and Pete Alonso face off, I guarantee you Alec Bohm will beat him.
Yeah, you're
Guarantee.
just on absolute acid, and that's
I'm
okay. You
not.
could live on that land. You could
I'm
live
not.
in that world.
Dude,
Uh,
the Phillies have owned the
straight up
Mets all
delusion.
season. I'm
Straight
just
up
so confident.
delusion.
Sure.
Straight up delusion. Because
Hmm.
Alec Boehm, I don't even know why he's even in this home run derby. It's kind of, quite frankly, not his game. This is a home run derby. Hitting home runs is not Alec Boehm's specialty. So I don't know why he's in this. Um, and
Anyone has a shot, man. Anyone has a shot.
another odd man out. Kind of. I mean, Bobby Witt hits home runs, but like I don't know how great he's gonna be in a home run
But
derby. I don't know how great he's gonna be in that. Gunnar Henderson's probably not gonna be that too terrific in it either. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna have to all
I
see.
think that's crazy to say about Gunnar Henderson.
I don't I don't know if the home run derby hitting consecutive home runs. We could see we could do it in the regular season. Quite frankly, really well. But when it comes to a derby, I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna do. I don't know how he's gonna do. I think the
Brother,
main
okay, I
three picks for me on this list to potentially win are Pete Adolis and maybe Marcell Ozuna. Those are my three picks.
I just want to say, you talk about how you don't think Gunnar Henderson or Bobby Witt's going to do good. Pete Alonso has, I believe, 17 or 18 home runs on the year. Do you know? You're the Mets fan. How much does he
I
have?
I honestly don't know.
What's his face? Bobby Witt has 15.
He's got 18.
Bobby Witt
And
has 3 home runs less than Pete Alonso. But I'm supposed to believe one of them is a good pick and one of them's a bad pick.
yeah,
And, and you saying Gunnar Henderson has like no shot of winning this home run derby is blasphemous.
I didn't say no
You
shot. I
did.
didn't say
You
no
did.
shot.
You did. You basically said no
I
shot.
just don't think he's gonna do too well in it.
Why?
And because it's a different thing. It's a different
Why?
game. He could do it in the regular season all he wants, right? But it's
So
come.
so so okay, so he can hit home runs on actual pitches in the regular season, but when it comes to someone lobbing them down the middle,
All right, you mark
just
my words. You mark my
he's just
words.
not gonna be able to do it.
We'll look back on this. We're gonna look back on this, and when I'm right,
I'm I'm not picking Gunnar Henderson to win. I'm just saying that just doesn't
I
make sense
know,
to me.
but I'm saying he's not gonna make him. Bobby Witt and Alec Boehm are definitely not making it out of the first round. 100%.
Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong on that. I'm just saying you saying he has virtually no shot is just crazy to me.
That's virtually no shot. Pretty much not making it past the first round is virtually no shot.
I think you're crazy. I do a little bit.
Well, we'll
I
see if
can
I'm crazy.
I
We'll
can
see if I'm
agree
crazy.
with Alec Bohm maybe not making it past the first round.
Maybe, maybe this
Maybe
is
even
not his
Bobby
game.
Witt. Maybe even Bobby. Dude, it's the All-Star weekend, bro. Anything can happen. I can maybe agree with those two, but Gunner, like I don't know. I think he has a shot to make it past. I do.
I don't.
27 home runs, man, in the regular season.
Terrific. Great. He's having a phenomenal year. Gunnar Henderson is crazy. Crazy.
Why won't he make it past first round? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious. This is kind of a crazy take.
I don't think it's that too far-fetched. I don't think it's too far-fetched. I could compare it to years back too, where
What's the reason?
you think I just don't think he's going to be doing well.
Why?
I just don't. You can't say it's because of the power because the power is there, but I'm saying I don't think he's going to be able to hit consecutive pitches um for home runs. I don't think he's going to do well. I don't think he's making it past the first round. It's just a feeling. It's just how I feel. You know how you would think certain people like you thought certain people last year were powerhouses. Who even won last year?
I was actually I didn't even watch the home run derby last year. I was at orientation for school. I remember that night because I saw on the
Who
TV. I was
won?
like, damn, I'm missing that. I don't
Let's.
know. Vlad?
I'm gonna look it up.
Did Vlad
I'm
win
gonna look it
last
up.
year?
Vlad, mm, I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up and we're gonna
I'm gonna do
see.
it faster than you.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Okay, Vlad.
I also do just want to point out though that one of the years Pete Alonso won was at Coors Field.
Who even cares? Who even
I'm I'm just
cares of
I'm just putting that out
where it
there.
was? He won. It's how it
I'm
is.
I'm just saying I could win the home run derby at Coors Field.
Yeah, and my grandmother could win the home run derby there.
She
You
probably
know,
could.
dude, I'm just saying I have a gut feeling about I Bobby Witt and Alec Bohm. I know we're not making it past the first round, but I have a gut feeling that Gunner's not going to make it past the first round. I thought Adley was going to do a lot better than he did last year. Where'd he go? Nowhere.
I don't know.
Didn't make it
I
past
didn't
the
watch
first
the home
round.
run derby last year. I don't know.
Well, I didn't. I'm telling you. You would have thought Adley would have done better. He
No,
didn't
that
make.
just means that you don't know ball. That's what that
No,
means.
no. I do know ball, and I do think that Gunnar Henderson's not making it past the first round. And when he doesn't, we're gonna have a different conversation when we come back on the pod in a
I'm
week.
not saying you're wrong. I just think that your reason is crazy.
It's just
You just have a gut feeling.
because sometimes you just gotta go with the gut. The gut's telling me he's not gonna do well. He's not gonna make it past the first round. So
That's what your gut's telling
that's how I
you.
feel.
That's what your gut's telling you. He's not gonna make
Yep.
it past the first round. All right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm emphasizing that I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think it's crazy that it's all off a gut feeling.
That's all I'm gonna say.
So
I
Pete's
think
winning the derby.
literally, I mean, one other person. I don't even know if I could pick another. I know probably I think moving on to the semifinal round, I think it's gonna be Pete, Ozuna, Adolis, and maybe Teoscar Hernandez. I think that's gonna be the semifinal round.
Look, I honestly just think you lost all credibility when you said Pete was winning the derby.
Dude, he's done it in the past. I don't understand why you think it's
Coors Field.
blasphemous.
Coors Field doesn't count.
Who cares
Cor-
if it was your mom's backyard? Who cares?
I could
Who
win in my
cares?
mom's backyard, bro.
Who cares?
Dude,
He
Coors
won.
Field,
He did
you
it.
hit the ball and then just multiply the distance by 500 feet. That's Coors Field.
You can think whatever you want. He won. He won and he won twice. It's not like he just won one. He won twice. So
Okay.
he's in any home run derby in any
Look,
year, he's going to be a
he
favorite to win. And you
Aaron Judge won 1 year and just said, I'm good. See, because he's too good for the derby.
okay. Again, you could try to take jabs, right? You can take jabs as much as you want.
I'm not taking jabs. I'm just
You can
pointing
take
out the
jabs as
obvious.
much as you want, but I'm going to tell you that in any home run derby, in any year, Pete Alonso is going to be a favorite.
Okay.
And that's how it is.
Okay.
And that's how we're going to leave it. And that's how we're going to leave it. So I am glad to say that episode 25 is now over.
Sorry we wasted your
Sad
time the last
times.
20 minutes, guys.
Th-
Talking nonsense,
you
straight
just
nonsense.
all right. Well, when my stuff pans out and I am right, I'm going
I
to
hope you're
rub
right
it
because
in
you
your
haven't been
face.
I hope you're right because you haven't been right about a single thing ever on this pod. Truly, I
That's
hope you're
not even
right.
true in the slightest, but
I really hope you're right.
I hope I'm right.
I'm hoping I'm wrong.
I hope I'm right, and I will rub it in your face.
What have you gotten right before on this pod?
I don't know.
Because there's been nothing. There's
I
been
don't know.
nada.
Well,
Nada.
this is gonna be the first. This is gonna be a first, and I'm going to brag about it. I'm
Okay.
going to brag
I
about it.
want you to brag about it.
All right, we'll
I hope
see.
you
Monday
do.
night.
If you're right.
Monday night. Let's
If
go.
you're right, I
Go.
hope you're right.
Let's go. Monday night. But with
Okay.
that being said, episode 25 is now over. We will catch you guys next week for episode 26.
Mhm.
And let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. If you're new here, please subscribe. leave a comment. We appreciate the feedback, and especially on TikTok, if you want to just look at a clip for your favorite part of the pod, we'd appreciate that too. Um, so
You want to
yeah,
work with us? Comment down below. We're looking to collab with people, man.
yep, the more the merrier. So
We
please,
we got two people lined up already.
we do,
Two
we do.
creators.
Hopefully we get them on in the near future, maybe next week, maybe a few weeks. Um, but yeah, it's been fun. Um, I hope I come back right and
I
I get
hope
to
you do
rub it in
too.
your face.
I hope you do
But
too. I hope you do because you haven't been right about a single thing.
I hope you enjoyed episode 25. We will catch you guys next time for episode 26.